All right, guys, so we're going to take a look at a concept out of Filipino Martial Arts and something that we utilize in the civilian tactical program. And it's the concept of framing. And we're going to look at this in terms of defending against a knife attack or a knife draw. For the scenario, we're going to say that I'm empty-handed. I started in a fist fight, or I started in an argument, and then it escalated into a bladed attack. Now, I want to build a straight line structure or frame because it gives me the most surface area to pick this up. A second ago, when Coach drove me into this wall, my optics aren't great right now. I have this pushed up into my face. So being able to find it with my hands, is lower on the percentage scale with whatever comes in. This gives me a higher level of success because there's more surface area and it's a better structure to receive that pressure. I don't know about you, but I've jammed my thumbs pretty bad trying to catch it here or with one hand. That's easy for that to slip off and still engage. Or if I'm shooting for a bicep control, he still has mobility of that arm and can catch me with it. So I want to give this frame here as he drives in the ability to stop that, and I can bring and chop that and drive it into the body. And I can do this off multiple lines of attack. So he's driven me in, I've hit the wall, I can bridge here, and I can continue to bridge all the way up the body. My goal is to get out at the moment. So I'm hitting him, and I can keep driving this framing structure into him to maintain that control before I can find an attachment to him. I have to reposition myself. One here, I can drive. And the questions happens is what happens when he draws that back and he beats me in timing. I'll just re-engage with those frames again. Due to where he draws that back, as he draws back, I can choose to engage on the inside, on the far side, but my goal is to get far side of the body and out. And I saw a question the other day, which is why I might have to address this straight on versus taking an angle and getting behind them. And for us, when we look at environments of operation, one of the things we have to take into account is the fact that we may be out of position when we have to engage with this blade. It would be nice to say, everything starts here, I'm always in a good position, and I always have the ability to be mobile. But when we look at it in the civilian tactical program, I may be fighting off of a surface. I may not have good position. I may not have the ability to drive forward directly off of this wall. A second ago when Coach drove in, he pinned me here for a moment. So I do not have the same options of being able to drive off this wall and get to the outside of that arm. I may have to exit this way, or if he's got good control and I'm stuck here, I still have to deal with this in a bad position. Would I like to be somewhere else? Abso-friggin-lutely. But I didn't get the option in this scenario. I have to train fighting out of a poor position. So I'll link to a video that Sifu Allen does when it comes out, but he goes into more detail on the tie and untie and variations and options that you can plug into your training to develop your skill sets. And then I'm going to highlight that. That is an important level of what we do, is not only having a technique for the specific scenario. I want to have a training regimen that allows me to adapt to the chaos that is fed to me. It's one thing to say this line, that line, but I don't get to pick it. I may be off balance. I want to take the skill sets that I learn through training, the attributes that I develop in training, and then apply them into further chaos. I don't want to rely just on the perfect feed, the perfect position. I need to be able to make this bridge happen, whether I'm here, whether I'm here, whether I'm down here, or, worst case scenario, I'm here. It sucks. It's scary down here. But just because it's not ideal doesn't mean I shouldn't look at it in my training. And when we start taking specific techniques out and building, to me, attributes or really the depth of skill that I need, I can take that drill, apply it to many environments, and still come out successful, even though I didn't initially start on the ground or in a vehicle or slam between two cars. So my training has to have that ability to give me skill that's transferable. Because I can think of scenarios all day long, but the one I'm going to end up in may not be the one that I thought about. All right, guys, so if that's training that is interesting to you or something that you have questions about, comment Sifu below, S-I-F-U, and I'll get in touch with you and send you information on how you can get this type of training or just to answer your questions. I love questions. My whole industry is based off of questions that you give me. Give me something wild. Let me see what I can do with it.